All right, guess who's back? Diana Russini is back in the news again, ladies and gentlemen. But I got to be honest. The New York Times article and everything that they're laying out, um, they're trying to portray it like as I guess as an abuse of power, as they are just this particular tweet. Um, and I had to show this because to me this is funny. To me this is funny, right? So let me move this down a little bit. So it talks about, according to today's scathing and explosive article, Diana Russini, when getting pulled over for a ticket, would FaceTime NFL head coaches to get out of tickets. In one example, she asked the cop's favorite team, then FaceTimed the team's head coach. He picked up, and Russini got out of the ticket. So now, in my opinion, this is petty because how many times has a pro player been somewhere going too fast, signed a couple autographs, um, maybe even FaceTime a cop's kid or something like that? I don't even want to get into probably how often that happens. Hey, coach, you was going a little bit too fast. Yeah, I probably was, but tell you what if I get you a couple tickets in my suite and we can forget this ever happened? Bring a couple guys on the force or whatever the situation is. Of all of the ammunition that they probably had, this is what everybody's talking about. Is when she used her pull and her celebrity to get out of a ticket. Like, who else wouldn't do that? If I got pulled over for speeding or something like that, and somebody said, "Hey, you Coach Marcus, you used to play for the Eagles, right?" Yeah. Well, can you sign this autograph on me? Look, man. I'll give you a warning. You go have on a nice day, man. I appreciate what you did. You think I wouldn't try to do that? And anybody else would too, if you had the opportunity to do that. So I don't know. To me, it's just weird. I go back to what I've said about Diana Russini from the giddy up. They two grown people making grown folks decisions. If she slept her way to the top, she slept her way to the top. I'm looking at all of the people she slept with. She ain't do it by herself. And I'll ask again, how come she the only one catching the smoke? They looking at Mike Vrabel like, oh, he had practice now, he good. And it's like, this dude married with kids. So, I mean, we know there's a double standard there. Water is wet. We ain't saying nothing new. But I read this story on Twitter. Then I saw Mike Florio on his little thing, his little podcast in his basement, talking about the same thing. And I'm like, so what? This I don't care about. Do what I care about is, did she change or alter the trade value of certain players in the past? That's all I'm worried about. I can care less about, did she give somebody her MVP vote or something like that. I ain't worried about that crap. MVP votes and all that kind of stuff, whatever. That's a popularity contest, anyways. You should pay more attention to the All Pro, anyways. I'm not worried about that. But for them to go, because she got out of a ticket and FaceTime, you use your pull to do what you can do. All of this ammunition they supposedly have on her, and this is what they pull out. To me, that's laughable. Because, like I said, you can go on any team and you can go ask any player. Ask them, have they used their celebrity to their advantage? And anybody that says no is lying to you. In some way, shape, or form, they've done it. Whether they got to the front of the line, whether they I was always curious. Why is it that professional athletes, guys that we were in the NFL, that's making uh 10 grand, 30 grand, 100 grand a week, why is it that we are the ones that go into restaurants and we get free food? I always wondered that. Why is it that we go into restaurants and we get free drinks? I mean, obviously, I know the answer is because you bring in the attention and the cachet, and you bring in everybody else with you. I get it, but my point is that if you go into the, up here in the South Jersey area and Philly area, we got a lot of, mom and pop shops and all of that type of stuff. Why is it that the guys that make, 30 million a year, how come they always get their food for free? But I digress. Why is everybody worried about her getting out of a ticket? Because the truth be told, if I could get myself out of tickets, out of paying something, out of getting something cheaper, I would do it too. I definitely would do it too. I've benefited from that. I'm not a high profile former Eagle player, but I've had situations before where people recognize me, give me a little something extra, or we gave you another sandwich, or whatever it is. It can be something small, big, or anywhere in between. But I'd be lying to you if I said I've never benefited from anything like. Absolutely. I played golf for free. I played golf at a course or a country club that would normally cost you $300, $400, and $500 for a round. I played free before because I was a former Eagle. I've been down to Chicky and Peace before and ate for free because I'm a former Eagle. Come on, let's keep it a buck. And that's what you mad at? Come on, y'all. Because now y'all looking for stuff. Now you looking for stuff. Because we passed, did, you know, the shock of it all. And the funny part is a lot of these people that's putting all of this stuff up, if somebody got a chance to look in their closet, if you the face, if you out there, if you the one doing the interviews, you gonna catch the most smoke. That's just the way that it is. And they itching because clearly, here's the one thing that I've gathered from all of this. It is quite clear that a lot of people did not like Diana Russini because of the way she did business. There was a lot of people that don't like that. And let me say this, and I'm just keeping it 100. There's a lot of women that don't like her because of how she did business. And you could add one to that. There's a lot of women that don't like her because the way that she did her business because they couldn't. Everybody that don't like her wasn't the goody two shoes. She just beat them to the punch. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. It ain't no different than you go to the clubs and you see the girls fighting over the pro player and all of that kind of. You see how it is in these internet streets now. Everybody putting everybody's business in the streets because they're doing anything they can to get ahead. So when you looking at her and whoever that girl was that was fighting over Sean McVay when he was with Washington back in the day, why was they fighting? Because he was smashing both of them. And both of them was available. And my guess is one of them knew about the other. But they wanted exclusivity and they knew they couldn't get it. Let's keep it a bean, man. Let's keep it a bean. So out of all the ammunition that they may have on Diana Russini in the New York Times story, and what did I say? What did I say? What did I say? She gonna be on 2020 or CBS on one of these shows very soon, and she gonna tell her side of the story. And I hope she light them all up. I hope she light them all up. Because whatever she guilty of, I'll keep saying it. She ain't do it by herself. If she sleeping her way to the top, she ain't sleep by herself. If she's sleeping with somebody else's husband, she had to say yes. The husband had to say yes. So keep it real. Keep it on both sides of the fence. But that's the double standard that we always talk about.